I realized that our battle is a spiritual battle between good and evil, right versus wrong. The Bible says that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities and wickedness in high places. And so for the last 20 years or so, 24 years now, I can clearly see that that is happening. And the more, as I mature, I see it even more so. As I mature spiritually, I can see it even more so. I want to talk to you about this George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin situation down in Sanford, Florida. Just for those that may not know about it. Anybody don't know about the story? George Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon Martin. And they thought that George was white, but they found out that he's Mexican. But before they found out that he really wasn't white, they were already out there rallying around the country, right? And then they found out that George was a Mexican. Now they're saying that he's a white Mexican. They're literally saying that.
I knew he was Mexican when I saw his picture on TV. He wasn't white.
I know, but before the rally started, everybody thought he was a white man. But now they found out he's Mexican, but he's a white Mexican. So the whiteness is still there.
He's Peruvian.
He's Peruvian?
Peruvian.
So he's not a Mexican?
No.
Hispanic.
A Peruvian is not a Mexican?
It's in South America.
It's a different country.
You say he's Hispanic?
Yes.
Yeah, Hispanic.
What's the difference between a Mexican and a Hispanic?
Mexicans are from Mexico, and Hispanic come from a whole bunch of different
Spanish speaking.
But they all look alike.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. So all you guys look alike.
All you guys.
All you black people look.
Look at Francisca. So don't blame me if I'm confused. But whatever he is, he's not a white man. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I give everybody a chance to talk about it. Now I'm gonna put my little 2 cents in it. When I first heard about this story, you know how your mind works on you right away? Right away, my thoughts got busy, as though I was there. I was not there. I don't know what went down between the two, all right? So because I know how the thoughts operate, I know to let the police officer or the investigators do their job and see what comes out of it. I trust that. And not prejudge the situation. That's the first thing I realized not to do. Because I am consciously being conscious of what I think with my mind. Because it's amazing what the mind gives you to believe. And then the mind will put you in a dialogue about something that you know nothing about. It really will put you in a dialogue about a situation. And if you follow the mind, you'll be dialoguing about it like as though you were there looking at them. Because it doesn't want you to admit you don't know. This is for all of us who were not there. There were only 2 people there, apparently now maybe another one. You would think the first thing we all would say is that we don't know. We were not there. It's like the mind won't let you admit that you are wrong. You know how sometimes people can take advantage of you? And you'll get mad at the people for taking advantage of you? And so the mind will get busy, and it'll make you want to be mad at the people for taking advantage of you, right? It won't let you say, you know what, I'm getting what I deserve. Had I been conscious or if I not had a hidden motive, this would not have happened to me. It'll constantly give you thoughts to make you mad so that you could constantly blame somebody else rather than admitting you were wrong or you don't know. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
If you haven't noticed that, please notice that. We just had a dialogue in this room and we don't know what happened. Really don't know what happened. And neither do those people who are rallying. They don't know what happened either. I've been saying for the last 22 years now that not all, but most black people are brainwashed. And they are brainwashed with that one word, and that word is racist. That's why these rallies don't happen when it's black on black or black on white. It only happens when it's white on black because you can't use the word racism if it's black on black. So you're not going to get anybody to go into a hypnotic trance and come out to rally. You're not going to get anybody to come out and rally when it's Hispanic on black. because that's not a racist term that they've used to hypnotize black people with. So that's why you don't have rallies, because there's no money in it. When black kill black, ain't no money in that. So Jackson and Sharpton and all those guys are not going to show up. If a Mexican kill a black person, there's no money in that. So they're not going to show up for that either. Plus, you can't hypnotize the blacks to show up for the rally, because you can't use that word racism. For an example, I have to say that these rallies have nothing to do with George Zimmerman or Trayvon Martin at all. It's just a way of being, these two people are being used for personal and political gain. That's all that about. Absolutely all about. It ain't about racism. It ain't about George or Trayvon. It's about political gain. That's what that's about. Be not deceived. All right? And because if they truly cared about what was happening, in Chicago last weekend, in one little neighborhood, 10 or 20 people, 10 people were murdered, black people, were murdered, including a 60-year-old black girl, by other black people, and 39 people wounded in one neighborhood.
Good Lord.
What happened?
In one weekend?
In one weekend.
39 people wounded.
Wounded, black on black crime, just last weekend.
What
Where's the outcry for that?
happened?
Nobody even knows.
Black on black violence.
I didn't see that.
You didn't hear about it in the news?
Right.
I caught it in the news because I pay attention to the news because I do radio shows and stuff. But you didn't hear anything about that. Where the mob for that, for those folks? In one neighborhood, in one weekend.
Any of them look like Obama?
10 people murdered, including one black girl, a little 6-year-old black girl, and 39 wounded. Last weekend, the same week, this is supposed to be happening in Florida, right? Where are these folks? In New York City, now, the numbers may be higher than what I'm telling you, but because I don't have them in front of me, I'm going with the lower number. 80% of the violent crimes in New York City is done or done by black people. 80% in the whole New York City, 80% of the violent crime. I think it may be 90, but I'm giving it the low number.
In the whole city?
And the whole city are done by black people.
Where do you get your statistics from?
Where's the outcry on that? And right now they are doing they're stopping these black guys and stuff in the city now because the crime is so out of proportion in their community. And the blacks are mad that these black people are being stopped and searched and stuff like that. They're calling it racial profiling. But if you got 80%, and I think the number may be higher, if you got 80% of a culture committing crime, what are you supposed to do? 80%. Where are these people rallying, emailing, and texting, and bringing people together for those folks? And why is it that I don't hear people talking about that, but when this mob mentality of these so-called protesters come along, this one focus is on this case. And I would be asking, where are you people? Why are you not in Chicago with the black on black crime? Or South Central LA? Or Detroit? Detroit is so bad because of the black on black crime. Ain't nobody there no more, except the criminals. Where the protest, there are whole neighborhoods where one family live on a block. Everybody else gone.
They probably lost the house and they gone.
Where are the mobs? Where's Sharpton and Jackson and all these Chibo's people, whatever they be doing, texting folks?
No publicity.
That's right.
Where are those people for those folks? This is a scam. This is not about race. This is about scamming and using black people. And black people are so dumb and brainwashed, they don't think for themselves. They don't see what's going on. They don't see that they are being used. This is evil. It's ridiculous. I was looking at Roland Martin's show this morning because I wanted to see what they had to say about it. Roland Martin, you guys know who he is?
No.
He's a black, he has a show, a black man with a show on TV One. And he does this political talk show in the morning, Sunday mornings. And I knew they were going to be talking about this, and so I watched so I could commentary on it. Roland Martin had on a black hood. This is a black guy with a black hood on doing his show. And he opened up his show this morning by saying, and I don't have all of his words, I will get them and play them on my show. We are tired. We have done what they want us to do. I'm not repeating it exactly, right? But we have gotten an education. We have changed the way we speak. We have acted the way that they wanted us to act. And now we are tired. We are tired. He had a black hood on his head. We are tired. We are so tired, we're tired of being tired. And we're not going to take it anymore. We are declaring war.
Unbelievable.
There's going to be a war.
Unbelievable.
We are
It's going to be
declaring,
a worse war.
We're in a war already.
we are declaring war against racism.
Unbelievable.
Something that doesn't even exist. Racism, for the most part, is an illusion of Black Americans' mind. It's not even real. But he said that they are declaring war. And that's what these rallies are all about. It is so crazy, as I think Francisco said, these hoodie things, it is known that somebody said, gang members wear those things. And according to the report, this boy Trayvon had on a hood, right? And we all know that there is no way that we will encourage our children to dress like a gang member, knowing the danger of that. Why, if we know that it's for gang members dress that way, I would encourage my son or daughter to put on a hoodie because I want them to be safe. Because my common sense says you're going to put them in trouble. You're encouraging trouble. What are they doing? They're encouraging all the black kids to wear hoodies now. Instead of saying, you know what, just for your own safety, don't wear those things.
Right.
That's common sense. But they want them to wear them so they can declare race war. That's why they wanted to do it. And these black parents and black people are so dumb due to their own anger that they have not overcome, they cannot see how they're being set up. We saw this same thing happen down in Louisiana. Remember that? The Gina 4 or something like that? Gina 16. They all rallied then. They rallied, they tweeted, they carried on. Everybody from black kids from different colleges showed up. They collected a whole bunch of money from those folks, and then everything went away. And then they found out that those black boys were as guilty as sin. They already knew it anyway, but because it was a white on black situation, they showed up, collected truckloads of money, and left town. It's the same thing that's happening now. You gotta wake up and see what's going on. These black folks don't want you to be free. They don't want you to be free thinkers. They want you to hate so they can use you. This is why God said we're not supposed to have leaders. He doesn't want another man to be your leader. He wants Christ to lead you because Christ would never lead you astray. Anytime you put a physical person as your leader, you end up with the black community. There was an incident where somebody mentioned earlier that a little 7-year-old white boy had gasoline thrown up on him from 2 7-year-old black boys. They went to the same school. 13 years old? The black boy from 13?
No, the white kid was 13. I think the other kids were older, 17.
And they threw the gasoline on the little white boy, sat him afire, and said, "You deserve it, black boy."
White.
Yeah, you deserve it, white boy. Where are the mob? Where are the protesters?
And where are they?
Where are they on that? And if they don't love white people, how are they going to love black people? If you don't love white people, you don't love black people either. You're deceiving yourself. If you don't love white people, you don't love your own children. If you don't love white people, you don't even love God. Because how can you say you love God who you never see? And here we are here together on earth, and we're choosing who we're going to love. These Jackson and Sharpton and these folks that put on this hoodie rally, they don't love black people. This is not about love. This is hate. There's nothing good about what these people are doing. You're being used by these so-called black leadership. You need to start being your own person, your own man, your own woman, thinking for yourself. And the only reason that they can convince you that this is a race issue without you even knowing anything about it, you have to have that anger too to be convinced. People who are free can't be convinced of that kind of stuff. They need proof. But if you're angry, it's easy. Oh yeah, this is a race, because they call them a coon. When we're running around here calling each other niggas and all kind of words when we're mad, there's nothing new. That's what anger does. It makes you say things that are crazy. But you gotta wake up. I don't know what I'm gonna do to get you to wake up.
Get rid of your anger. Get rid of your anger, darling. Work on your anger.
It's just absolutely amazing. Those people don't care about anybody. Leaders don't care about anybody from the government on down. And I don't care what the color. The moment they become your leader, this is why in the government, they work for us. They're not our leaders. They're our employees. And we tell them what to do. They don't tell us what to do. That way they can't control us. But now we reverse that order. They're telling us what to do, and it's a mess. And then in Florida, they're trying to change the Second Amendment law. You know, you can carry your weapon.
Stand your ground.
Stand your ground thing, weapon. I wouldn't want them to do that, because in every city where your weapons have been taken away from you, hell have broken loose. That's why Detroit is as it is, because those folks don't have the right to bear arms. Go over to South Central. The folks in the home, the decent people don't have weapons, and the gang members and the violent people, the out-of-control children know that. And I know of stories where ladies were coming home from work, getting out of their car, and they were being approached by these gangsters and being robbed before they even get into their home. You think those gangsters would approach them if they knew that they were armed?
That's right.
This is crazy. And so now they're saying, oh, we got to change the laws. If they change the laws, then everybody in Florida is going to be robbed, raped, and killed, because they're not going to be armed. Florida is one of the safest states to be in right now, because people have the right to bear arms. And blacks and whites are being killed by these black thugs. And I don't know what happened with that boy situation. I wasn't there. But we need to wake up and not go with what we think. We got to go with what is right. And what's happening with these so-called rallies, only when it's a black on white white on black situation, it's evil. Ain't nothing good about it, and ain't nothing good going to come out of it. It's just going to divide the races even more so. That's what it's going to do. It's going to divide us, which will give more power to the traders of good, and then we're all going to lose our rights in all kinds of ways, because we're not going to be together as children of God, even black and whites. This is evil, folks. There's nothing good in this, and ain't nothing good going to come out of it. And it's not about racism. I don't care what they say. And it's not about the love for Trayvon, because if they love Trayvon black, they would love those black kids that are being gunned down every day in the inner cities by other black people. Where's the love for those folks? Those parents are suffering. Oh, I feel so sorry for the parents. Those parents are suffering too when they're losing their teenage boys and girls. Their 60-year-old kids. Why no one care about and have compassion for them? Oh, but you have compassion for Trayvon parents. Oh, I didn't have so much compassion. You don't even have compassion for those folks' parents, for that boy parents at all. You just say it because it seemed nice to say it. And then I think they made a mistake by joining forces with these traders too and rallying, because it did take away the opportunity for this thing to be handled in the proper way, and then for us to have compassion for the parents. Now they look like racist parents. Look like they too are using their sons, not realize that they're hypnotized, and that Jackson and Sharpton and Roland Martin and all these godless black preachers are using them. Because if you love, you're going to march for all races of people, not just when it's one particular situation. And then they won't even admit that the black boys and girls are out of control. They won't even admit that. They said the policemen are racially profiling. But they won't say, well, they're profiling because we haven't taught our children to have sense. We haven't taught them values, so they're out of control. I just want you to wake up, folks. We're out of time now. I'll pick up on it next week. Thank you. Thank you, guys and ladies.